Hey everybody, I'm back, and you're forward, and I'm forward, and you're back, and we're back. And as promised, I said I will return and talk about Raiders stuff, including this dealy here, and this dealy about this news. What news, you'd say? Well, the news that the Raiders are asking Trent Brown, the man that is the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL, to move from the place where he earned his keep, where he was named All Pro, where he shined, left tackle. The Raiders are going to move him back to right tackle. The Raiders, you heard me, the Oakland Raiders, in their infinite wisdom, are going to ask Trent Brown, the man they say is the best offensive lineman in football. They said this. A number of people have said this. They're asking him. They're asking him to move from left tackle to right tackle. That's just wrong, man. That's just plain wrong. Okay. And earlier I played for you all when I was using my live stream, just still uploading the first live stream. Earlier I played for you all the discussion that ensued, where the press was saying, "Hey, well, how do you feel about this?" Right? And he was saying, well, he said, and I quote, "It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is." What the hell does that mean? So I looked it up. You know what? It is what it. Do you know what it is? What it is means? It means it's another way. According, I looked this up. Okay. The Urban Dictionary has the most beautiful definition for it is what it is. Are you ready for it? Often used in the business world, this incredibly versatile phrase can be literally translated as fuck it. The client changed the deadline to today. Well, it is what it is. Hashtag fuck it. Hashtag screw it. Hashtag I don't care. Hashtag this is ridiculous. Hashtag nothing we can do now. Serious. That is what he wrote here. Okay? That is what he wrote there. Okay? It is what it is. A phrase that seems to simply state the obvious, but actually implies helplessness, which is, I agree. A phrase that seems to simply state the obvious, but actually means it will be what it is. As in, it ain't going to change, so deal with it or don't. See also, tough shit, oh well, cry me a river, and TFB. I don't know what TFB means, but whatever. Meaning J. I can't believe the price of gas. B. It is what it is. Meaning B. J. It troubles me that you continue to put cyanide in my yoo-hoo even as I've asked you to stop. B. It is what it is. Or Trent Brown. How do you feel about playing right tackle after you were traded to the Raiders because they said you played brilliantly at left tackle? Trent Brown. It is what it is. What does that mean? It means simply this. He thinks it sucks. That's what it means. He thinks it sucks. Okay? And the expressions that he's giving the press, like, you want to ask me these questions? Can't you tell I'm annoyed? Can't you tell by my face I don't like it? What the fuck is wrong with you? Instead of saying that, he says he takes all of that emotion. He takes all of that pain. He takes all of that anger over that decision, and he distills it into one beautiful, neat sentence. It is what it is. So for him, yeah, it is what it is. But for us, it means this. For me, it means having seen Derek Carr. Hey, welcome to Zenny62, by the way. Having seen Derek Carr run plays that are basically simple. I formation, play action, three steppers, looking for the tight end, running the crossing route over the middle, and then clearing out, you would think, for the flanker, basically rudimentary. Okay. My thought is, hey, watch out for that defensive tackle batting the ball, right? Watch out for that possible interception by the free safety who picks up that maybe you're not going to throw that crossing pattern to the tight end, and your plan is really to throw to Antonio Brown, right? It is what it is. Predictability. Predictability is making me sick. Really, I mean, you've got to just ask yourself, what does this team have to do? I mean, I know what it has to do, okay? You know what it has to do. For me, it's innovative offense. You don't go out and get all of these great players who are faster and then put them in conventional systems, sending a signal by the fact that you brought Johnny Morton over from the Jets to be your wide receivers coach, that you have no intent of running anything other than standard West Coast boring offense that isn't going to move, and you're going to huddle on every down, and you're going to not use the clock well, and all of this stuff, and you're going to drive people nuts, and because they're going to be screaming at you. Meanwhile, the rest of the NFL is just passing you by with read option and no huddle and five wides and shotguns, on every down and jet sweeps and everything else and multiple offense and pre-shifts and all this Z motion, go motion, F motion, app motion, up motion, back motion, motion out your butt. Okay, not the Raiders. Not the Raiders. Not the Raiders. We don't get any of that. We're not going to get any of that. Okay. So on our defense, better be good. That's all I got to say. But my fear is this defense is not going to be that fast, because the Raiders had the chance to make the defense much faster in the draft as opposed to a little faster. Stronger? Possibly. Possibly. But I'm not the optimist here. Okay. I'm not. I'm just, it just makes me, the whole thing just kind of, makes me sick to my stomach. It just does. Okay. You all got to come tomorrow. Let's talk about the Warriors for a second. By the way, who here is from Oakland? I'm going to tell you something about tomorrow. I'm so disgusted. All right, look. Lucas, L-U, Lucas Tap Room. 7:30 p.m. Come on down. I'm calling it the alternative Warriors Party. That's what I'm calling it. The alternative Warriors Party tomorrow. Is anybody here from Oakland? Are you all the LA crew, the Vegas crew? Who are you? No one's, or are you just sitting there staring at the screen wondering what manner of beast is talking to you right now? I have a feeling it's probably that. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Zenny Abraham. It's Tuesday. No. If you're on the East Coast, it's Tuesday. Okay. Almost 1 o'clock. If you're on the West Coast, it is, what time is it now? Almost 10 o'clock at night. Ooh, no wonder I'm getting tired. And probably time for me to think about going to bed. Okay. But I think I'm going to do that and get ready for tomorrow because the usual posse isn't here. And I know I've taken some time off, but mainly it's because I've been personally exhausted myself. So it's been, and also it's the summer. I think I get this. I think the school crowd left, and I'm going to have to change my format a little bit. Maybe focus more on the NBA Finals. So I'll do that, and I'll fire up the live stream early tonight. I'll mark it for tomorrow. Hey, who are you who've just joined? This went from 9 to 10. Hello, who are you? No one's talking. So since no one's talking, I think I'm gonna go. No one's except Frederick Williams said something, right? But if you're in Oakland, stop on by. And if you're not, stop by in a cyber way here, because we'll be here talking a preview. Hey, now everybody comes in. Is anyone getting notifications? No one's typing anything. I don't know. No one's saying anything. Whatever. I didn't see. Hey, J-Dub, how you doing? You didn't get the notification. Ah, okay. You didn't. Hey, John. Now you just saw it live. Wow. So I've been on here, 11 minutes and 28 seconds, and you all are just getting these notifications. Wow. Okay. I have to note that. I didn't realize that. I did not know that. There must be something I'm doing wrong. Sean Watson. Hey, Sean, how late did it come in for you? Because, you said you just saw it live in your subscriptions. Did you get the post note that I sent out? Like when I send out, let me ask, when I send out a post like this, where is it? Okay. I'm sending out or about to send out it won't let me do it this way. Okay. But sometimes I'll send out what's called a post that's supposed to go out to all my subscribers. And you didn't see that at all. Huh. Right? Let me see something because I've got, nope. Okay. Wow. That's disconcerting. And then it says share. Not Sunny and share, but share the other way. And I'll put this on Facebook. Maybe if I put this on Facebook, trying something here, folks. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. And then maybe we could talk about the Buffalo Bills. Ah! Do you think the Buffalo Bills might become the next Oakland Raiders? Ooh, I'm just asking. What do you think of the chances of the Buffalo Bills relocating to Oakland? I'm just, what are the chances of that? The Buffalo Bills relocating to Oakland. Okay. Posting to Facebook. Okay. J-Dub says no. All right. J-Dub says he doesn't even want to think about that. Now, some of you are saying, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm not going to say it is what it is because it ain't. But let me explain, okay? Let me explain this possible thing, all right? Or I think it's possible, okay? And it goes like this, right? I'm writing Buffalo Bills Stadium, okay? And it all started when Roger Goodell came forward and said 7 hours ago, according to Buffalo News, Roger Goodell backs new Bills Stadium, quote, I want them to be competitive, okay? He means financially competitive. And here, he wants to be them to be competitive in Buffalo. In Buffalo. Okay? And here comes the whole thing about public money. all over again. So what are we gonna get? What do we get here? We got I'm looking at a picture with Bills general manager Brandon Beane talking with Roger, and then former Bills general manager Bill Polian. They're talking at the Jim Kelly Golf Classic. It goes like this: NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said he continues to believe the Buffalo Bills need a new stadium. The Jamestown native, reiterated that position Monday before teeing off in the annual Jim Kelly Celebrity Golf Tournament at Terry Hills Country Club. The reason why I'm supportive, Commissioner Goodell says, is because I want to make sure this franchise remains stable here and continues and remains competitive. And I think it's great for this community. And we've been able to do these stadiums in such a way that it creates a tremendous economic benefit too. I want the Bills to be successful, and I want them to continue to be competitive here in Buffalo. And he said the remarks are very similar to what ones that Roger made in 2016 at the same tournament, noting then that owners Terry and Kim Pagula should begin studying stadium options. And so basically, blah, 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 blah. Pagula's are doing the work thing. They're talking about what it takes and what do they need, all right? And they've commissioned a market study from CAA Icon, which is a Denver-based company, which also got involved in some work. CAA Icon also got involved with some work for the Raiders, by the way. And so the results of the survey are going to be available, I think, in a few weeks. And so they're basically saying that I think the answer, they want a scaled down version of what's being built around the country. They want a scaled down version. They mentioned the Rams and they mentioned Jerry Jones facility. They didn't mention Las Vegas. They said we need to do something that's Buffalo style. So basically, Goodell said $13 billion has been spent on stadiums the last 8 years, with $11 billion from private money. He noted there's also ways for the public to participate in funding the construction of a stadium. It's not always about the NFL building stadiums. It's a public-private partnership in almost every case, Goodell said. These stadiums are complicated, they're difficult, and that's exactly why discussions have to go on between the public sector and the private sector to figure out what's best for the community. How do we develop this? How do we do it right? And we've been really successful in doing that around the country. And actually, he's right. They have. So here we go, folks. Another ride. Another ride. Hey, Barry Lee is here. How you doing, Barry? John Akala. Barry, did you get a notification? J-Dub says, I don't want any more trademark teams leaving their home cities. I'm still dealing with my Raiders leaving for the second time in my life. Amend that. Our lives. Oh, our lives. Barry, how the heck are you doing, man? How are you all doing? Hey, can I get a thumbs up out there? You all watching and everything, and watching and scratching and all that stuff. Hey, watching and scratching. Sports talk. All right, so while that's happening in Atlanta, people are angry over the fact that neither one of their star defensive players has shown up for voluntary workouts. They're voluntary, folks. They're voluntary, okay? Voluntary workouts. Voluntary. It means, you can do it any kind of way you want to. But the media has to play the old, well, you're slaves, and you're supposed to show up when the master says so. As opposed to, what are you doing in Boca Raton working out? You're not supposed to be in Boca Raton. Well, they're in Boca Raton. So what? Let them work out in Boca Raton. Why don't you go down to Boca Raton with a camera and film what they're doing if they let you? Crush. All right, man. Barry Lee says he has not had a notification in 7 months. Wow. Frederick Williams says Oakland can't catch a break. True. Sean Watson says Raiders will always be Oakland's team. I wonder how they fix this notification thing. That's really got me PO'd. It really does now, because now everybody's just coming in. Okay, this went from low, now it's like ramping up. And I think noting this, what I might do is start this at 7 o'clock. Start the live stream at 7, early, but then start the show at 7:30, and then that way let you guys come in, knowing that we're not going to start until 7:30, rather than starting at 7:30 and you all, not get the notification until 20 minutes later. Because right now right now it's 20 hours, Zenny. It's 20 minutes and 40 seconds. For those of you who don't know, I'm in Oakland. And I encourage you, if you're in Oakland or anywhere in the Bay Area, come to Luca's Tap Room tomorrow at 7:30 live. Zenny62 will be Luca's Tap Room. I will have special guests too, trying to bring some more. I'm trying to get Ray Chester on my show, but he keeps dunk. He says he'll do it, and then it's always an excuse. And I'm like, come on, Ray. I mean, I want to talk about Ray Chester being in the Hall of Fame, but I'll just tell you what I think. All right. I think the Raiders are telling him not to come on my show. I really do. Okay. That's wrong, man. Come on my show, Ray. Barry Lee says, I get notification when you upload videos, but not live streams. That's weird. I wonder how, let me see here. YouTube, I'm just typing some YouTube live notifications. Hold on a second. Some creators are mad at YouTube over live streaming notifications. YouTube has received criticism from creators after video makers learned that live stream notifications don't go live to all their fans. I didn't know that. Wow. I'm learning this from Tube Filter. I didn't know that. I mean, that sucks, because I have 42,000 subscribers, and it means the lion's share of my subscribers is not getting notifications. That's wrong. A video from YouTube Creator Insider channel has drawn complaints from some members of the video's site's creative community. The aggrieved creators are up in arms after learning that creators who subscribe to their channels are not automatically notified every time they begin a live stream. The epicenter of this complaint is a video released by YouTube and featuring two of the project managers for the site's YouTube live team. One of those employees, Megan, explained that the only way for subscribers to ensure that they receive notifications every time a channel goes live is by clicking on the bell icon on that channel's landing page. Subscribers who don't go that extra step will be left in occasional notification state that features algorithmically determined notifications. In other words, your most active subscribers who are watching your channel and your live streams are going to get notifications as soon as you go live. Okay, so folks here, bear with me. All right, so there is a bell. Let me see where you can find that. All right, the bell is on my shoot. You know what? I don't have a external doo-da-da. When I say doo-da-da, I mean like a camera where I can bring you around and show you what they're talking about. It is a bell that appears. I'm gonna have to find one for tomorrow. It'll be a good idea to find one for tomorrow because I'm gonna need one. I have one, but it's a bell that appears. Hold on a second. It's a bell that appears. You hit that bell and it had nothing? Yeah, the bell is next to the word subscribe on my profile page. Hold on a second. Here is, and I know where it is. I thought I knew where it was. I'm acting like I don't, huh? But you have to click on it. I'm going to let them know that tomorrow because, yeah, here's the bell. But then I get these notifications. It says latest comments, more notifications. Very cool. I get those. And then notifications, choose when, how to be notified. And see, it's a bell for me. So here's what we're going to do for tomorrow, folks, okay? I am going to, right now, JW says, I watch every time you're on, and I usually get no notifications, just not in a couple of days. All right, everybody, I'm going to do this right now. This is something I'm going to do right now. You probably don't, I don't know if you get notifications for what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it. And what I'm doing is I am going to create another live stream set for tomorrow, or rather, if you're on the East Coast, set for today. And that will be set for 7:30, okay? But, excuse me, it's going to be set for 7, okay? So I'm hitting webcam, and then the title will be Zenny62 Warriors Raiders A's Oakland talk at Lucas. Oh, at Lucas Tap Room. That's the show name, okay? Zenny62 Warriors Raiders A's. I should say live talk. Live talk, live talk at Lucas Tap Room. That's what it's going to be called. And so, and I'm scheduling it for later. So scheduling is on, and it's scheduled for scrolling down through the time warp. Let's do the time warp again. 7 p.m. So it's going to start at 7. And on June 4th, the reason why it's going to start early, even though I'm telling people to be there at 7:30, and we start 7:30, is to make sure that all of you get the notifications in time and you don't miss anything, right? So that I think this is the best way to go. So this is set. So the stream is set right now. If you go to the front of Zenny62 on YouTube right now and check it out, it should be, I'm waiting for this page to open, and it is opening right now. I've got the live stream on, okay, and then I'm scrolling down. There it is. Okay, all right. It should be scheduled. Zenny. No, it's not scheduled. Wait a minute. Okay. That streamed 33 minutes ago. So it's not queued. Dang it. This one's queued, but the other one I just scheduled is not queued. Okay, I guess it's going to be queued when. Let me see something here. Again, it is called. Oh, I know why. Hold on a second. Ding, ding, ding. Zenny62 Warriors Raiders A's Oakland live talk at Lucas. All right. Share. And I'm putting this on Twitter. Warriors. Okay. That's tweeted out there. And then I'm hitting done. And so that's done. Okay. So that's set. And that's done. So now that that's set, now that if I go back to my channel page, youtube.com/user/Zenny62, I get the live stream that I'm on with you now. Okay. But then as I scroll down, I should get, dang it, I still don't get it. It's supposed to give me the doggone queue. Interesting. Let me click on videos, and it should say upcoming, because it would be upcoming. It doesn't, but it doesn't say that. That's weird. Now, if I went, that's weird. However, it doesn't say upcoming. I would actually have to, There's nothing that says, coming events that I can put in there. That's what YouTube should have. It should say come event. upcoming events. So you can see that my next event is right in your face and it's also scheduled. Instead, you don't know that except that I'm telling you. You know what I mean? And that's rank, man. That is rank. Um, yeah, if I hit go live, right? And it's going to give me what? It's going to give me this queue live dashboard. Then the Raiders move Trent Brown. Then Zenny's 2 Warriors coming. Oh, and Trent Brown, Juju Smith thing I'm going to get rid of. That one, let me delete that. Delete stream. Okay. That one should not be there. That's gone. Okay, that's gone. So, okay. So Oakland Raiders move Trent Brown is live. This one should be next. Zenny 62 Warriors Raiders upcoming, right? And if I go back to, yeah, if I go back to YouTube, I should get that. And it should be telling me that's upcoming on the front doggone page. And I don't see it. Well, man, okay. So anyway, but yeah, and I click on home. It should be telling me upcoming, and it's not. So it'll say that it's next after this is done, but it should queue them. It should stack them so that you know what's coming up. All right. So I'm going to take that up with YouTube. Hopefully they listen to me, little me. Now back to our conversation that we were having before. But I'm trying to straighten this out for you because that's maddening. You know what I mean? Oh, J Dub says, look on your uploads. It's saying scheduled for. Oh, you say that. Okay, you see that, right? But see, I don't, and I don't know if it's because I am the host or whatever, J Dub, but it doesn't say for me scheduled for. I have to actually go and find it. But as long as you see that, that's great. Okay, because I don't see that in my queue. Does that make any sense? Hey, Unknown Raider guy, how you doing? How's Vegas? Unknown Raider guy says Barry Lee, Kevin Durant coming back Wednesday. Yes, I think so. Hey, by the way, Unknown Raider guy says, my opinion, I think Warriors will win 4-2. Warriors win both home games. Will be 3-1. Raptors will be home one more time. J Dub says on your uploads it says schedule for 6/4/19. Okay, right. I think that's yeah. As long as you guys see it, I'm happy. Okay, because that would solve a lot of the problem that you all have been experiencing. And again, the way I said it, the live stream starts at 7, right? So, okay, cool. I'm happy now. I'm a happy guy. Yay! Woohoo! I'm a happy guy. All right. Yeah. All right. So anyway, that got that worked out. Warriors, Easy Raiders says Toronto in 7. I say Warriors in 6. And I'm going to the NBA Finals Game 4 Friday. I'm so excited. I have never been to a finals game in my life. I am freaking jazzed, man. I'm going to get there early. I'm going to take vlogs. I'm going to do an early live stream. I'm like fired up. Underrated guy says Warriors are going to win. Trust me. If KD comes in, you can forget it, man. Okay, you can forget it. All right, check in. Hey, welcome to Zenny 62. I'm glad you're here, everybody. I'm glad you're around and everything else. All right. Here's the check-in. My current prediction for the Raiders is 8-8. Bam. What's your prediction? All right. And like I said, don't tell me it is what it is. I'm going to repeat what the definition of that is. Something else too. Let's see what's happened to Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy did what? Gerald McCoy did it. Gerald McCoy didn't do. You know what he did? Gerald McCoy went to the Carolina Panthers and basically said, "This is where that stupid move comes up, but interesting move." All right. Okay. So now comes Gerald McCoy versus Ndamukong Suh. King Kong versus Godzilla. Who are you going to pick? The Buccaneers got rid of King Kong. They got Godzilla. All right. Sean Watson says 12-4. J-Dub says, I really can't believe people think they can't win without KD. I mean, they've done it without him. They have. The strength in numbers. That's the thing. Dave Schlock says, if you see 8-8, that means they're very close to being 10-6, because there'll be some games that are won and lost in the final second, so they could be 10-6 or better. Or the reverse. It means that they won some games on the basis of their defense they would have lost. It's my expression of a lack of confidence in the coaching staff overall. Okay. Unknown Raider Drive says, report that driver to customer service. Oh, I did. You mean the whole drive? I did that. I reported, I made video, I did that. And I did the best I could. That was not a cool thing, but it's in the past. I moved forward. They agreed something should be done. I guess their social media team is going to take it up or whatever. I don't know. Okay. But I put it out there. So I did. Hey, by the way, does anybody remember a guy, Scott Winter, who used to write for Silver and Black or whatever? I just realized they let him go. I feel sorry for Scott, and I say this because Scott, I think, moved his entire life from, I think it was North Carolina or South Carolina, to Vegas for the Raiders. That was my impression. I mean, I didn't know much about the guy. I didn't know if he had a wife or kids or anything. But I remember thinking in the back of my mind, I would never uproot my life for something as uncertain and unknown as the Raiders in Las Vegas. That's a lost cause. I mean, you don't, okay? Because, I mean, he didn't ask me. If he had asked me for advice, I would have said, you know what? I wouldn't have done it. I mean, unless there was something you were running away from. Because just to what? You're going to write for them, which, if you think about it, in and of itself is a limited proposition. You're not going to get rich. You're not going to buy a house with that unless you own your own media company. You're not going to carve out this long tradition where some big media company picks you up, because it doesn't happen a lot today. So in a lot of ways, what Scott Winter did was not the best thing to do. And then for reasons I am not privy to, and I really don't care to know, to be honest with you, they let him go. And that was like May of last year. I didn't even know that. So, hey, you know what? I hope whatever's happened to him, I hope he's fallen up and not down. And so, that's a lesson, folks. Don't do that. Don't get so into a brand and think the brand's going to take care of you because you're, drinking their Kool-Aid or what you think the Kool-Aid is. I can tell you, the best person you need to watch out for is you and your family. The rest is conversation. J-Dub says, I think our secondary is going to be the most improved on our team. I see Carl Joseph being cut by the start of the season with Abram starting. I think the most improved unit on the team will be running backs. And you would say, wait a minute, they had Marshawn Lynch. But remember, Marshawn went out injured very early in the season. They have Josh Jacobs, who arguably is the best running back in the draft. And by all accounts, the Raiders better feature him. And I said it like that because I was about to say the Raiders plan to feature him. And I was thinking, no. You better not plan to. You better feature him. Okay. He can not only run a slashing type of style, he can catch short and long passes out of the backfield. He is arguably a 3-down back. He is the cornerstone of your offense. I don't say give him the ball, 30, 40 times a game. No. 20 times, sure. 15 times, sure. Mixed in with, creative passing, yeah. But that passing game had better be good, man. All right? I was so not happy with the Raiders' passing game last year. I thought it sucked, okay? I really did. And you're going to say, he threw for 4,000 yards. He could have thrown for 5,000 with the talent they had. All right? J-Dub says he's the new Charlie Garner. He is. But the Raiders have not won with that style. Think about it. In fact, The Raiders ran one with the style that they installed after Gruden. Because remember, Gruden was getting criticized for being too conservative and everything. And then so here comes Bill Callahan as the head coach, and he brought in Mark Trestman as the offensive coordinator. And boy, they developed some of the most innovative passing approaches I've ever seen in football, not related to the run and shoot or the classic air raid or wall strategies. They built their own approaches from particularly three wides. And I'm not talking about the formations, but I'm talking about what they did with the three wide receivers, like having the wing guy come around and go out, and having the wing slot guy run a drive pattern and other really neat passing pattern combinations that worked like a charm. And they did a lot of misdirection passing, which is what got them into trouble. Because remember, that's why the Bucks under Gruden got so many interceptions, because Rich was doing a lot of the look-off passes. You look this way and you come back and you throw that way, right? That sort of thing. But I won't take away that for me doesn't take away what they did. Gruden didn't do that. Okay. John didn't do that. That was Bill Callahan. So we'll see. Unknown Raider guy says Raiders will dominate their division. Broncos are rebuilding, and Chiefs are in bad situation because they have no one but a rookie quarterback. Only team could compete is Chargers. You're betting against the Chiefs, and they're the division champs. I just don't see that. I don't see how anybody in their right mind does that. Sean Watson says the line wasn't blocking for Carr. Watson says nobody could hold on to the ball. Unknown Red Guy says no Tyreek Hill. J-Dub says, I also agree with you on Trent Brown being moved to right tackle is a bad move. Miller should be there. Yeah, Miller should be there. And not only that, you don't take a guy who was a rookie left tackle, and then leave him there, and then you have a guy who played left tackle at an all-pro level and then ask him to leave the position. And yet that's what they're doing. They're asking him to leave the position. And the Raiders are essentially favoring Colton Miller over Trent Brown. Okay? The Raiders are favoring Colton Miller over Trent Brown. It's like they're bending over backward to make that guy work. Unknown Ray Guy says, but I feel if Tyreek Hill gets let go, Tyreek should be next starting QB for Raiders next year. Excuse me? Tyreek Hill's a wide receiver. So you want to try that again? I think, what do you mean? Unknown Ray Guy. Anyway, as far as the Chiefs, never bet against Andy Reid, ever, in terms of scheme. And a wide receiver, yeah. I don't, as good and as effective as Tyreek Hill is, I don't believe that his loss is a big handicap for them. Has he won them a lot of games? Yes. But it wasn't just him. It was how the Chiefs employed him. Hey, by the way, quick question for you all. How do you feel about the NBA dropping the use of the word owner? I think it's a great idea to drop it. And they'll say CEO or governors. Like you have the governors meeting, governor's ball, governor's, this. I like that, okay? As opposed to referring to them as owners. It's something that Draymond Green started. Because owners translates to, slave owner, that sort of thing. Underrated guy says they're trying to distance from the NFL. Yeah, but it's working. It's working. Underrated guy says because NFL used that word, right? But the NBA used to use it as well. But I do think that it's a good idea to not use the term, because I was thinking all the other walks in life where you have, like, I have friends who own their own businesses. I'm CEO of Zenny 62 Media. I don't call myself owner, right? I am I have a friend who's a managing general partner of his company. Another friend who's founder and CEO. Mark Zuckerberg's I'm CEO, bitch. You know what I mean? CEO. So why not? You have team presidents, governors. Makes sense. Barry Lee says, let me ask, what do you see when it comes to Carr's future with the Raiders long term? I see Derek Carr as retiring a Raider. And I think I think that even if he look, first of all, the Raiders have already went past the route where they could have gotten a quarterback to effectively replace Carr. Because if the Raiders finish better, here's the situation they're in. If the Raiders desirably finish at 9-7, the kind of quarterback they may want to get next year, they're not going to want to get anyway because they finished so well. Okay. And on the other hand, if they don't finish well, and everyone's saying you need to replace Carr, the question is, are you going to have enough? Yeah. The question is, who are you going to pull the trigger on, and are you going to be able to get that person? Because the Raiders they're not stuck with the same draft picks. They don't have the deals, right? Let me real quick, NFL draft 2020 position mock. Somebody already did a mock draft, and Walter Football has a mock draft for 2020. Mock drafts for 20 first, and I don't understand why anybody would pick against the Dolphins like that. I don't think they're Carr, or is it his fault? We may have a season that pans out in such a way that Carr gets great numbers like last year. Hey, says my connection is unstable. Okay, let's see here. Is it still buffering? Is it still buffering? Let me try that. Is it still buffering? Still buffering? It's good now? Okay, cool. All right, cool. Cool. All right, that explained it. I even got a yellow box says your connection is okay. So, but at any rate, my point is that not now for me. Okay, cool. Refresh your screen. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I can see everybody coming back. Yeah, because I was thinking the numbers fell off. I thought, what happened? So I couldn't see what was going on because I was describing you things. But I don't see the Raiders going until the 10th or 11th or 12th pick, and I don't see a quarterback that you would think they would want then. So, I don't really believe that if the Raiders have a bad season, it's going to be Carr's fault. I think it's going to be defense. Okay. If the Raiders have, let's say, 7-9, 8-8, I think it's going to be a defensive reason, not an offensive reason. It's going to be a defensive reason. So, because right now I don't see, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see the nucleus of a team that's going to march to Miami. If you ask me to pick a team, you know who I think is going to be in the Super Bowl? Tampa Bay. I think the Bucs are going to be there under Bruce Arians. I think Coach Arians is a brilliant offensive mind, and I think he's matched with a team that has something to prove, with a defense that has an amazing coordinator in Todd Bowles. Okay. And they are going to lay a can of whoop ass on some teams. All right. I really, really believe that. The Buccaneers are going to lay a can of whoop ass on some teams. So watch out for the Bucs. Watch out. And I know Ray guy says he thinks the Bears versus the Patients. I mean the Patriots. Barry Lee says, I just don't want Carr to be blamed like the Texans did with his brother when it was his brother's fault. I agree. But you know what, though? Barry Lee, the Texans should have brought in Vince Young. Vince Young should have been the guy. Vince Young should have went to the Texans, man. I'm just saying, okay? I don't know why Bob did that. Rest in peace, Bob McNair. But that's where he should have been. Okay? That's where he should have been. He definitely should have been there. Okay, so folks, I am going to shovel off the Buffalo and get ready for. Is it raining here? I don't know. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Nope. No, I don't think so. Anyway, tomorrow, remember, 7 o'clock. It's marked now. And if you're in Oakland, come by Luca's. Or, hey, spread the word, you know? It's going to be a ton of fun. All right, I'll see you all later. And live long and prosper in your world. I was going to say good night. Good night. Oh, no, rain's not hitting my window at all. I don't hear anything. Nope. Good night, everybody. I'll see you. Give us a thumbs up on the way out, please. Thanks.